If you have dogs and cats, probably they're looking to spend more time inside than outside these days, trying to beat the heat like we all are. But when they are outside, be careful of the fleas and ticks that are around. Dr. Jim Hammon is joining us again this morning from Northgate Animal Hospital, and he says not just because it's going to make your pets itch and not feel very good, but the diseases that those pests can carry. Is that right, Jim?
That is exactly right. So no longer are they just a problem for your house and for the itchy dogs and cats, but we also have a lot of diseases now that we're having to deal with that we didn't have to before. I tell our clients, you know, they're not your granddaddy's fleas and ticks anymore. And that being said, you know, if they do get a flea infestation in the house, you know, sometimes it takes 2 to 4 months to get rid of. And also you can wind up seeing that it causes a lot of, you know, discomfort for the pets. But the big thing for fleas is that now not only do we see the fleas carrying tapeworm eggs and you know, transmitting that to your dogs and cats, but we got diseases like cat scratch fever that can be sent to people as well.
Okay, I'm curious about the cat scratch fever because I got that once. There was a feral cat on our front porch that I was taking care of a little bit, and I got cocky and rubbed her one Sunday morning, and she got me good. And end of the day, I'm in the ER with a big old swollen hand. But I thought that was transmitted by the cat's saliva. You're telling me that a flea began that process?
Yeah, they can. So you can get it by a scratch, hence the name. You can get it by a bite, but also the fleas actually are the ones that carry the Bartonella, the bacteria that causes that problem. So they're the ones that can infect the cat that then causes them to transmit the disease to you.
Well, you certainly don't want people now to be afraid of loving on their own cat. I mean, it's not the cat's fault. So suppose you've got a flea issue with one of your pets right now, Jim. What's the best way to remedy that?
Well, we've got so many great products now. And so we see that we can do for cats the Revolution Plus that you can put on the back of the neck. That's one brand. There's a NexGard Combo that is also a topical that can be placed on the cat. Both of those do an excellent job. They're the new generation of flea control. On the dogs, we've got products like NexGard and Comfortus and Credelio and Brevecto. So each company has their version of this new generation of oral medicines that we use. And it's so wonderful because we've got 100% protection for our fleas and ticks and our pets that we've never had before.
My daughter's boyfriend just got a little kitten. And so he's in the process now of getting it into the vet and getting some care for this kitten. And sure enough, it has, I think, some fleas. If you adopt from not a shelter, is there a good reason to think you're going to have a flea issue with a puppy or a kitten?
Many times they come in with a flea problem. And, you know, not only does that cause the flea allergy in a lot of pets that causes a lot of problems, but, you know, then they also transmit diseases to cats like a mycoplasma disease. And that is a bacteria that attacks the cat's red blood cells. We used to call it feline infectious anemia, but it can be a life-threatening disease.
Okay.
So, you know, it's just terrible. And then people don't think about the ticks anymore. Used to in the exam room, you know, I'd just pull them off, or when I was a kid and was out in the woods, you know, I'd get a tick and just jerk it right off. Now I'm very careful how I remove those. We want to do it very quickly, because we have diseases like Rocky Mountain spotted fever, Lyme disease, ehrlichiosis. Your pets can get these diseases, but people can too.
Well, we've got to wrap it up, but thank you for the warning. Love your pets and love them enough to give them on flea and tick preventive medications. Thank you so much. Dr. Jim Hammon and his brother, Dr. Randy Hammon, at Northgate Animal Hospital on Hammel Road in Hickson, 875-9033, northgateanimalhospital.com. Thank you.